as well as substance and drug abuse treatment, among others. Our vision is to maintain and promote complete well-being. Among our core values is to adhere to the highest standard of professionalism, ethics, and personal responsibility. Locate us at number 4 Emeka Street, Oka, Anambra State. Call or WhatsApp 0908 600 3447 0816 839 1901 or 0808 000 3041. Or you listen to ABS Radio 88.5 FM, Oka, Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Email at peacecenter@gmail.com. Relationships with provide psychological needs. Good evening, thank you for joining us on the ABS 88.5 FM, Heartbeat of the East. This beautiful Monday, the 20th day in the month of June. And of course, it's time for the program at Peace Center and Clinic program with Dr. Kasmir Nemeka, the Chief Medical Officer in charge. He's a therapist, he is a psychologist at Peace Center and Clinic, number 4 in Nemeka Street, Oka. Doc, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Hey, we started today with a very wonderful dance. Huh?
Yeah.
It has been a very wonderful week.
We dedicated it to fathers.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. As Omuti. And of course, incidentally, we're going to talk about the roles of parents, the roles of fathers, husbands in the family. Who is a father? What are the roles of a father in the family? Doc, we're going to talk about fathers today, their roles and what they do and what they stand for and what their absence could cause in the family. So who is their father?
Thank you very much. Before I delve into the answer, I want to first of all say Happy Father's Day to you, my other. And
thank you.
I am where I am today, not because
I'm back to send.
Back to sender for good.
I'm back to sender for good.
Because we actually following you people's footsteps, and today, happily, I can say, I don't know. Let me not be a judge in my own case. I am a father. And me being a father today, I owe it to some special people. And I want to seize this opportunity to thank some fathers in my life. Not because they are biologically endowed, but because they sacrificed everything. Even when I lost it, even when I didn't believe in myself, they said, boy, I am your father. They saw today, they saw tomorrow, even before I think it will come to pass. So please, let me just use a few minutes to say thank you to one or two people in my life. I need to start with my father, Chief Engineer C.O. Mampo. Okome, thank you. Thank you really much. Thank you very, very much. I will remain forever grateful. You didn't just drop me out to this world, you showed me the way, you gave me the path. You pushed me beyond my limit, and today, I hope I'm making you proud. When it was like it's not going to work, when it was like it's all scattered, there is no physical without a spiritual. I need to thank Reverend Father Dr. Michael Fagizio-Guaba. He's the spiritual director of the Kibe Diocese. He wasn't. He's still my teacher, my mentor. The man that looked at me in the face and said, "Now, Ada and Akunievi, you must get there." When I struggled as a teen, I find my foot somewhere. I left and came back. Coming back home, I faced the things I've missed for like 16 years. I met Professor Andrew Zamani. Professor Andrew Zamani told me, boy, you're home, key in. Keep pushing, you're going to make it there. I can't thank you enough. I pushed it in Abuja. Something happened along the line. I came back home to Oka. I will never forget. The first project I did, the first things I did in Oka, all thanks goes to Chief Sir Jude. Okay, watching another. He's not an uncle, he's not a brother, he's a father. Well, Kashmir, you're here. You're not going to come back because it's easy. Build it, learn it, and tomorrow you'll have a name. Uncle, I believe. The name is not written yet, but at least let's spread the name. Thank you very much. I will love you guys. I'm not forgetting Honorable Obiora Nyamaka. And one name not go with not go Honorable Zainaga. Uncle, I'm here. I'm pushing it. Thank you very much. Another wonderful person, Dr. Sir Samuel Eze, the CMD Department of Hospital. They are welcome. I'm a big bag out. Yeah, never. Young doesn't know very well. Of which you can get out. Ogam, I believe up and will go better. Thank you very much. I won't also forget my elder brother, Professor Martin Suchenalong. There was a time it was so crazy, I told myself I don't want to go back to school again. My father said, fine, if you don't want to go back to school again, come to the office and be my driver or you be the cleaner. Martin told my father, Dad, you are creating more responsibilities for me. I'm going to marry one day. Kasma, if you're not going to go to school, you need an anointing in school now because you can't wake up tomorrow and share and increase my responsibilities when I'm training my kids and I will train my kids. Then, I thought they were doing me wrong to that time. I really thank them. Thank you all. You've been wonderful. I'm not going to forget ABS. And I'm not going to forget you. I remember before this thing started, we had series and series of meetings. Some they are welcome. Kevin Wedge. Then we are those on a name. Homework is put up. Our meeting time to write a lawyer and see. I thank you very much. I really appreciate you, music man. Thank you, sir. So, coming back to the question, who is the father? Or who is the husband? He said, he said.
Really, you have answered the question. All these people you have mentioned, they are real fathers.
Because it's not because they biologically brought me out here, but because they saw something in me that I didn't see, and they went out of their way to invest in me, even when I couldn't invest in myself. I only pray I can reciprocate by making sure I reproduce grandfathers, great-grandfathers that will look up to me and say, you made me, and I will say, see, let's go back to the lineage. Somebody somewhere said the foundation. So, fathers are not those people that just, and it comes out. It's people that see what you don't see. Even when you feel you can do it, they are there. Even when you feel it's over, they are there. Even when you think it's all gone, they are there. Even when you don't have any strength, they have to give you that strength and make it a better thing. I want to talk all fathers. And for those who think they are just fathers because they pay school fees, they pay house rent, they buy food and they clothe their children, Fathers are when you can sit down and look at your kids and give them the best out of life. Fathers are people that don't look at their biological kids. They look at any man, any woman, any boy, any girl that is in the street and there are potentials and say, Emmanuel, because an African adage said, if I look at a child tomorrow and say, this is not my child, I'm not going to do this. What if my daughter or my son fall in love with that person? I have some of them. It must happen. So please, let's just be fathers. Let's just be fathers, because that is the greatest gift. It's not a position. It is an ordained place.
Marriage is one of the sacraments. It is a ministry.
When we talk about marriage being a ministry, we talk about being a husband. When we talk about husbands, we talk about men who have made up their mind to groom the rest of their lives. Because for you to be a husband, first of all, you're going to be a groom, and you continue being a groom, just like being a parent. When you are a parent, you keep guiding, you keep being a friend all the rest of your life. A husband is a man who knows when to start, when to stop, when to cut the excesses, when not to blame, when to see beyond the weakness of the wife and the family and say, until we get to that stage in our life, we are not husbands yet.
What happens when the father is absent in the house, when the father is maybe one, and the father is in Abuja and the family is in Accra? Two, when the father is not in this world. So absence of father.
Which one is in this world? Okay, look at it from that angle.
When the father is completely normal.
Okay, fine. You know, death is something you don't have to predict. Death is something you don't really have power over. It's a death every person goes. Some people stay for 90 years, but they are useless. Some people stay for just 10 years, but their impact has transmogrified the family to whatever it's going to be. Okay? Now, looking at it, let's come down to the first or number I or A of the question, which says distance father. Because you're distant from your family doesn't make you an absentee father. There are people who wake up every morning with their fathers, sleep every night with their fathers, but the man is not there. So you're not going to call the man an absentee father. An absentee father is the man who shields away from his responsibility, who always looks for something to blame, who always has to hit the wife for one mistake or another. The last time I checked, there's a normal going saying, in family, I got it all. Because the greatest sacrifice the woman has made is changing his name to your name. The kids you are talking about are bearing your name. They are your seed. The woman is like a garden. You are the farmer who planted the seed. It's your duty to water it, weed the garden, watch that the seeds germinate and grow. When they are not doing well, you need to know the type of fertilizer you're going to use for the kids to make sure they grow well. The woman has done her bit by being a garden, and the garden is always there. So these are the characteristics of a non-absentee father. An absentee father don't know that all he got to do is the day he planted that seed is the day his responsibility starts. Even when your kids marry, you can't stop being a father. You know when to prune, you know when to talk, you know how to negotiate. Being a father is one of the major things that has to do with parenting. You need to know when you're going to talk to your son. See, I'll be walking, sit down. This is how it goes. Let's forget about generational gap. There are certain things our parents tell us, has been telling us, with this our Gen 8 era, you have to do what? Move it from analog to digital. You still have the scale. Like all the broadcasts we are doing today is digital, it's no more analog. But still, that doesn't mean it changed from what it is. What you do is upgrade. When you don't discuss with your daughter, the day you come back from the market, he's smiling. Come back from school, he's smiling. How many fathers know what their daughters are doing? Go through. They change. It's not about age now, but what about their parents? You need to discuss with your daughter. Because when a father is not close to the daughter, the chances of the daughter messing up is 95%. Not to talk about a son. When they say kids are heady, ask yourself, how do you approach this? There is a time in your life as a father, as a husband, you call your son, not because you want to scold, but because you want to discuss, you want to negotiate, you want to understand, you want to, okay, Nadia, can we meet in Omona? And as I did when it gets to that level that you know, most of the things you know, like Igbo will normally say, you need to pass those things. Some of those things are not genetical. And don't forget that as they were growing, the audio-visual aspect of their life and learning is not forgotten. What are my acts? On Saturday, somebody came to my office, one of them and the girl said, I love this man, but he's very violent. He's abusive. I said, okay, don't worry, let me talk to him. I said, well, because we're into marriage and relationship counseling. So I'm like him now, he's going to accuse you or something. He now told me, none of what I didn't call mommy here. Network mommy, my bata. So we're meeting. And the end up I won't be fair. Now, and I said, but do you know that is wrong? I said, Amaro, no case it is wrong, no can say it. And I said, okay, why did you do that? What now broke the camel's back was the previous relationship the young man was into before he met this guy. The girl came from the same abusive background where Ochoro Kahina the girl won negotiation, fire more. Ochoro Kafa, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Fire, the whole thing will now stand. What is the kind of major settlement? Looking at that fact, are you blaming the young man? No. The young man is not acting out a script that is written for him. Because the father and the mother, and when these things happened when he was growing up, he will not go to the mother will say, nah, after that, God can say no. Because I can't put myself together to see and hit my wife in the night, and the next one was saying, Dimoma, Dan Koma. How are you going to reconcile that? So, fathers, husbands should learn, should know that their duty is to set the pace and the woman has to follow. It doesn't matter the background the woman is coming from. The most important thing is
sacrament, one of the sacraments, and a ministry too.
I'm not coming in now. Or minister of
family. We want to take a break on the program at Peace Center and Clinic. We shall return simply stay to get ready to call us and tell us what you know about the traits and of course what a father should be, great father for that matter.
At Peace Center and Clinic, talk to us and be at peace. We provide quality service, we treat our patients this year. We improve relationships, we provide psychological needs. At Peace Center and Clinic is a place where we provide emotional and psychological needs, treat patients with care, sensitivity, and love. At Peace Center and Clinic, we have professionals that provide family, marriage, and relationship counseling services, career decision services, rehabilitation therapy, care for kids with special abilities, school for special kids, not for the aged, stress management services, as well as substance and drug abuse treatment, among others. Our vision is to alleviate pains and promote complete well-being. Among our core values is to adhere to the highest standard of professionalism, ethics, and personal
not doing his job at home. And we're in the house with Dr. Kasmia Nemeka, the Chief Medical Director, a psychologist, and of course, what is that again? The psychologist at Peace Center and Clinic in Oka for Nemeka Street. What stage or what age should one become a father?
Age, stage doesn't count. What counts is how willing and ready are you to lay down your life for the tiny minions you are bringing into this world. Why so? A lot of people are 50, but they act like they are 15. A lot of people are 18, but you talk about you telling yourself the simple, basic truth of this is what I want to be. This is where I want to go. This is where I want to take it from. This is what I want for myself. In as much as you've gone through the basic tutelage and into the marriages, don't know what it means to be a father, they're listening so much.
You are not in charge.
They are not in charge. When Mr. Keke tell you one day, you go home and practice it and see it's not working. Then Mr. Kafa said one day, you see it's not working. Before you talk about age and stage to be a father, you need to ask yourself, am I ready to let go? Am I ready to take in? Am I ready to start my own name, my own world, my own things, without any interference? Now the thing about marriage is, when two come together to be one, every other person, even your kids, is an obstruction. They are not needed in your marriage. The only thing that is needed in your marriage is gin and munyegi. Anytime okugi fere gin and munyegi, you and your wife cannot settle it. That means you're not in marriage. I'm not saying there are not going to be issues, but I'm saying when the issues come, because there is something, settling it is very, very easy. Unless there is a jump, there is a quantum leap. What am I saying? Before you talk about marriage, you talk about courtship. You talk about courtship, you talk about friendship. You talk about friendship, you talk about winning a woman. And when you win a woman, what are you telling the woman? It's just like a campaign. Getting into a marriage is like a campaign, like it's going on now. Every person is giving us, what's it going to do for us. Your appraisals before now has been written. And whatever you're going to do for us tomorrow is there staring at us. Your antecedents speak for you. I want to get married. I want to have 2,000 kids. I want to make sure my wife is this and that and this. But before you do that, you need to ask yourself as a man, am I really a man? 75% of men are scared of their wife's growth. It makes marriage problematic. And it makes it not to work. So for you to say you are a man and you want to get married, Obro shop on you in a market. Obro local stores on you in a Gawker. Is the size of your heart, the quality not the quantity, the quality of the patience you have to groom and to keep grooming. You don't need to break a woman to make her good. You need to bend her. You're not going to bend her by a shy up or woman or bend here. You need to bend her convincingly. That is when you're matured and ready and qualified to be a husband.
ABSFM Heartbeat of the East, call us on 081 1905 5555 or 0701 863 9546. We are talking about fathers because yesterday the whole world, the Anglican Communion, marked Father's Day, and everybody is a father, whether you're a Catholic or Pentecostal or Catholic or Anglican, you are a father. And so kudos to all fathers. So you call us, make a contribution or ask a question. Hello. All right. You call us, make a contribution, or you can ask a question. We're talking about fathers, who a father is, and of course the benefits of the availability of a father at home. The benefits when a father is at home, or when a father is in charge at home. What are the benefits? Hello. Hello. All right.
When there is a father, not a father figure, not an absentee father, but a real father, your case can't leave the four walls of the house. When I mean by dendo, because there are some people that are living but they are dead.
Let's see who is here. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Mr. Chase calling for Lagos.
From?
Lagos.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
Yes, your topic is not very interesting and educational. In the sense that being a father is not it has to do with age, but not mainly by age, just like the doctor said. Yeah? Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please. Please go. We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. We can hear you. Just go ahead. We pick your call. Hello. Good evening. No. No. I forget the visa one. Okay. Thank you. Look, sometimes a father may be pushed through the wall to do something that we didn't want to do because of the type of mother or wife at home. So,
when I talk about a father getting out of his way,
sorry, let's make sure we keep as many calls as possible. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. After no. Manata radio. Thank you. Thank you. So, MBSFM Heartbeat of the East. You can call us on 081-1905-5555 or 0701-863-9546. We are talking about the real fathers. Who are the real fathers? What happens to a man who is pushed to the wall in the home and Mike Tyson. Hello. No. Good evening. I'm going to be disappointed. From Imo State. Get part Imo State. No. Thank you. Yeah. So sometimes a father could be a good father, but then for him to put his house in order, he's forced to do some certain things. What does he do? What can he do? A lot of course are coming. Please be patient.
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's how we are here.
Hello. Good evening. Thank you. If I from Norpa, yes, go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So the sort of scattered home caused by the wife, but then Nyana learned some lessons through this program. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Jennifer. I'm calling for Rising Local.
All right, Jennifer, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to find out what to have my everything that I said. I'm just saying that it's really important that people take advices and educational tonight and apply it because it's actually necessary that fathers step up and take a good solution of the problem that you have in your family. Because fathers will express to you, will express to that. So thank you, Dr. Grasmire.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jennifer from Oka. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you see, let's make these things easier. Huh? I really appreciate this, and I know a whole lot of people want to talk, and a whole lot of people want to do a lot of things. So at this point, before I answer your question, let's give them something. You can get us directly. You can send a WhatsApp to us, or you can call us on 0816 8399 601. 0816 8399 601 or 081 888 22892 081 888 22892, or you can go on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Ask your questions. We will definitely on the social media, Facebook at the Center and Clinics, Instagram at Wallet. Because when you get married to a woman, you people had an understanding before you. A marriage is a journey, is a trip. Like you said, it's a ministry. Ministry in the middle of heaven, or banana balls or to put on a permanent site. Oh, yeah. All never the permanent site. I went till like that to go back and to put on So, you see, when you already know where you're going in that marriage, nothing will make a man be pushed to war by the wife, except on the condition where some people marry out of frustration, out of stress, out of you know, this is just June, isn't it? In the next 6 months in the next 4 months of your life, I remember some time ago, I was one of the people that only rule November will be an amount. Never check and balance if I'm never check and balance as my mother. I remember there was a time I went home, I bought rice, I bought Hollandaise, I bought everything. When I dropped it, my mother, I drove into the compound. I said, Mama, no. He looked at me and said, no. I was like, Mama, the hood is okay, the trunk is open, things are there. I said, if I hadn't been who I am, because of the kind of father and fathers I am, and I'm still having. Because then I had Chioma, Angelica, Chinyere, Nneka, Linda, Matilda. Now you know the specification money on Makarofuma, the Jamburia, Bunara one. There is a difference between a marriage and a wedding. A wedding is for a day, a marriage is for a lifetime. So for a man to be pushed to war means you don't know the kind of woman you married. Even if you do know the kind of woman you married, you did not really groom that woman to align to your own terms and conditions. Or you groomed the woman to align to a strict terms and conditions. With gratitude to God for a life well spent, or we regret to announce a painful death, 45, 55. Mara non them full option, whatever.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Good evening.
I called earlier, Mr. Chip.
Okay.
Okay, Chip. Okay.
So, a man should be cool-headed in the sense that it has nothing to do with age. Just like when you are into marriage. Marriage has nothing to do with age. You can see a man that married a woman that is younger than, but they still live happily ever after. So what has to do with the man is you have to be cool-headed, number one. Then you should be able to be a decisive person. You should not be pushed around. You know, when you make a decision where your wife is, you should be able to stand on the decision and also bring your wife on the roots. You know, as you a man to your children or your father to your children, you should also be a father to your wife as well. You know, that you have an immediate children doesn't mean that you don't have other children outside. So a father is a general father. Anywhere you find yourself, even in your office, in your school, in your
Father of all.
Be
Father to all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Thank you. The program. Yes, on internet. Yeah, online radio. Thank you very much. Thank you. The program comes every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. All right. We want to go. We want to go now so that we continue where we stop by next. We can't say everything today.
No, we can't. But we need to respond to the ones we can respond.
Okay.
Something came on WhatsApp. Okay, let me not call the name. He said some problems in the family are caused by women in the family because sometimes the man will tell a wife what to do, and the wife will do what she chooses to do. Now, just like she is saying, okay. Look at this from one angle, and look at it from the other angle. When you are in a marriage, you are in a contract, and when you are in that like if you call it a
ministry.
Okay. Because it's a ministry or it's whatever you call it or a contract, the partnership is not 80-20. The partnership actually is 60-40. The woman has 60, the man has 40. Okay, all we fetch you you need to be steady. You need to be strong in your decision. In a family, a man don't take a decision and now tell the wife, Madam, when you do that, you're breaking your home.
It has to be discussed.
So what you need to do is bring this thing together and say, I have 1,500. Now, let me give men one example. Unless you didn't marry your wife, or unless you didn't marry a woman you groom, because we are fond of meet my woman, meet my man. You can only say this is your product when you started the product and finished it. Not when you pick a finished product, because you walk take for instance a car. You walk into a car mart and pick a car. The name is Toyota. The name is not Castle. Because it's registered in your name doesn't mean you know how to manage the components. If you do know how to manage the components, you don't need a mechanic. So, when you bring your wife from, you say, this is our thing, not my thing. You don't wake up and tell a woman, if you do that, you'll be pushed to work just like you answer. But when you wake up and tell your wife,
we want to go. By next week, we will now bring in the women and the roles of the role of a man and a woman in the family. So that come why we came at
the point is
we just talked about fathers alone. By next week, we shall include the women, their roles, so that
they will have enough time because some women the man will bring the money for the school fees and they will tell the children, and I'm for daddy, I'm not here. Why daddy?
We talk about the parenting at home, man and woman, their roles in the family. We want to go. I want to thank you, Dr. Kasmia Nemeka, the Chief Medical Director.